Hey, it might be raining out here today, but it won't be raining on May 21st. Cindy, you know why?
I do know why, because it's the Steel Horse Thunder fundraiser.
That's right, we're back at Heavy's Bar and Grill for the fundraiser. We want everybody to come out and help support the Steel Horse Thunder show. You know, this is where we generate the extra income we need to do the big rides. Like last year when we did the Ride to the Wall with Rolling Thunder. 5 days on the road with camera and crew, cost a lot of money to do that kind of stuff, but it made one of the best episodes we've ever produced from the show. So we're asking everybody to come out and help support Steel Horse Thunder. What do you think about this?
Well, there's going to be lots of people, lots of door prizes. We have a live band, Rusty Bladen, and it's going to be great.
We're going to have a good time. Come on out. This is a Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. So do your rides in the morning and then come on out and spend Saturday night with Steel Horse Thunder. Thanks for coming out. Thank you in advance.
Thank you all.
This week on Steel Horse Thunder.
I invented hillbilly biker rap, and it's here to stay. That's all I got to say.
We head south to Edinburgh for a high school project.
We want to do our project together, and we came up with a couple ideas of what we were going to do. And the one that I chose and she came against, we came together, was about suicide awareness.
Then we venture north to Lafayette, where we get to test ride one of the new Indian motorcycles. Nice, comfortable seat. Great balance.
It answers a call that many people made to Indian about hard saddlebags, a windshield, and just give me a comfortable motorcycle that's fun to ride.
All that and much more this week on Steel Horse Thunder.
Is that just something that happens in school? Because I don't know. I've been out for a while.
You only lived once and put everything you got in it.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
I think people like Hang Out of Flames mainly because it's not a big corporate store. They can come here, they can hang out. We invite them in the back to watch us while we work on their bike or even participate. We get a lot of new riders, first-time riders. They like that extra hands-on, and I think they like the pride in knowing what's being done to their motorcycle.
They do great work, and it's a great place to hang out. And we're thankful to have them as a sponsor of Steel Horse Thunder.
Some people say true beauty comes from within. At Krambos, we think beauty can be inside and out. Along with the best paint and bodywork in the state, Krambos also offers all Harley motorcycle service work, from tune-ups to rebuilds. So make sure your bike looks as good as it runs and bring it on in to the only shop that treats your bike as good as we treat our own. Krambos. We'll get you noticed.
Leidendorf Law has been a proud sponsor of charity rides throughout central Indiana. Through the years, we have established many lasting relationships with Steel Horse viewers and clients. I've had many riders come up to me and say, I hope I don't ever need a lawyer, but if I do, I know who to call. So if you're in an accident and need a seasoned trial lawyer, call Leidendorf Law. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Well, it's a Saturday morning, it's overcast, it's raining, and it's kind of chilly. We're in Edinburgh, Indiana. Cindy, what in the heck are we doing here?
Well, this is the Ride for Suicide. It's a senior project, and these kids are amazing. They've tried to put this ride on, and now they're putting it on today, and it's raining.
Well, it was snowing the first time, now it's raining this time, so I guess it's getting better for them. But I know with it being a senior project, it's do or die. You got to do it now, and believe it or not, we got some crazy people showing up in the rain to help support these seniors. Why don't we go find some people, talk to them, find out a little bit more about this.
Michaela, you put this ride on, the Ride for Suicide. Can you tell me about it? I know it's a senior project. How did you come up with this?
So with us talking about our senior project, it was just me and Caitlin at first, and we came together and we were just like, we want to do our project together, and we came up with a couple ideas of what we were going to do. And the one that I chose and she came against, we came together, was about suicide awareness. And that's a big topic here because of all the teens that we've lost this past year, and a lot of family and friends that I've known that have been through that. And we were going to do a walk for suicide, but then with Caitlin, she brought it together to all three of us about doing a ride.
So Tracy, when Michaela came to you about the senior project, how did you feel about doing this ride?
I was very excited.
Was there anything that that made you think, why would you choose this ride?
No, because I honestly knew why. She tried to commit suicide herself.
You know, and it's so hard because the kids that are in school are being bullied, they're being picked on, and I don't know if that's the case, but it's so hard for kids these days to have to go to school and deal with that stuff. And I'm sure Michaela had to fight that too, right?
Yes, going to school just on a regular basis, not with a Christian background. And she does have the Christian background, and that's what I think she was being bullied because she was a little different than everyone else.
Which is a good thing. We all need to, we have our own personality. We need to be that way. She needs to be proud of that. So I'm so glad that she chose this ride for her senior project. Is there other issues that caused her to be able to have this ride? I know they said that they may have done a walk, but they decided to do a ride anyway. So was there anything that you would have rather her done or done the ride?
I think the ride, because we had more friends that rode sickles and done things like that. So I think the ride was the best choice.
So Caitlin, you actually said you wanted to do this. What is it that brought you on board also?
Well, we had a close family friend pass away. He committed suicide. His name was Dylan Wilmoth, and it was a really close hit to home because we've known him our entire life. He was like an uncle to me, and how we came up with the idea of motorcycles. Our whole family's ridden motorcycles our whole life, and so it was just kind of we knew it was going to be a good turnout. We know we could get the word out to a bunch of people about how to spread awareness and how to keep people up on their feet, and so it's just a really nice way of getting the word out to everybody.
And do they all do senior projects? I mean, is that just something that happens in school? Because I don't know. I've been out for a while.
Yes, every senior class at every school, every single person has to do a senior project. At our school, we're more project-based learning, so we can do groups and we work together, and we're more PBL. So we're used to the project type thing. But North and East, they have to do individual senior projects, and if they do a group, they have to present separately. But with us, we just came together and we can do this whole thing as a group and have more people come. It just works out that way.
So Connor, you're out here. What brought you on board with this group?
Just in our community, how we lost 3 students. I personally lacked knowing about suicide, so when this happened, I wanted to learn more about it and know how to raise awareness and help other people so it would help prevent this from happening, and it touched base with me that way.
Now, Randy, I know your son was involved in putting this ride together for suicide awareness and stuff. What was your first thought when he came to you and said, we're doing a senior project and I want it to be a motorcycle ride?
Well, this was more of a conviction that he had when several of the students in North and East here this past year has either attempted or accomplished suicide. And he's very active in our church youth group, and these things kind of moved him. And so some of the girls here are working with him, and he just felt compelled to put on something like this to make everybody aware that, hey, this is serious business.
All right, Rev, I know I bump into you usually several times a year. 8-day riders, we see you guys a lot, especially here on the south side of Indy. What made you guys come out for this ride? It's raining. This is the second attempt. First attempt, it was snowing, so it's getting better. Now it's raining, but what brings you guys out here?
Well, for one, it's my niece's senior project. It's for teenage suicide, to prevent teenage suicide or whatnot, and it means a lot to me because I had a brother who committed suicide. One of my best friends in the world committed suicide, and I'm really about this rally. I don't care rain, shine, snow, tornadoes. I'll ride this ride.
Tell me a little bit about 8-day riders.
8-day riders we're out of Edinburgh, Indiana. We're a charity club. We do a lot of things for our community. Clothe the Child. We do rides for soldiers who come back from Iraq. It's called Wounded Heroes. We do a lot of good stuff for our community, like I say, and this right here is not part of our ride, but we're going to support it.
Right on. Now this the Wounded Heroes. Now is this the ride? Doesn't this take place on 4th of July?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It takes place 4th of July, and we, like I said, we raise money for people who come back from Iraq, soldiers who come back from Iraq who's, you know, not all there and got problem issues. They go on, they take them on a hunting expedition through Atterbury and whatnot, do a little counseling or whatever, and it's just a good cause, and we like to do that every year.
Well, right on. We don't do a whole lot of stuff on 4th of July because most people aren't doing rides. Could Steel Horse Thunder come out and maybe check it all out this year?
Oh, it'd be a blessing. It'd be a blessing.
Right on. Well, dude, stay safe. Also, you know, music. I also know you do a lot of music. How's that going?
It's going really well. We just went down to Nashville, Tennessee and recorded a 5-song EP. Everything's going well. It's a blessing from God, but I invented hillbilly biker rap and it's here to stay. That's all I got to say.
All right, dude, I just have to ask, what happened to your arm?
I actually play a sport, lacrosse. For Columbus East, I was just running down the middle and just got side-checked. I didn't see it coming, heard it break. Worst pain I've felt since.
Man. So is the collarbone?
Yeah, broke the collarbone right here. It's in a zigzag.
And the fact that there is, you know, 3 of them that really work together to put this on. You know I asked them off camera, you know, so was it more work than you thought? And they started laughing. They said a lot more work. So was it a lot of work for you parents as well?
It really hasn't been, because it's a great cause. So yeah, it's taken a little bit to put all together, some extra funds here and there to get everything laid out and the food and everything. But you know what? It's well worth it. You only lived once, and put everything you got in it.
I'm very proud of Michaela, and yes, friends, family.
I'm sorry. It's a hard subject. It's close and near and dear to us. You know, we've lost our son to suicide, and I know that it's hard to deal with, and especially when you've had so many close people. I'm really sorry, and you know, it's gonna be okay.
The ride was really originally scheduled for April the 9th, and we had to change it, and I'm glad that we did, because the night before we got a phone call that a friend of ours committed suicide. So that's why it hit home right then. So he couldn't show up for this ride because...
You know, and it is so sad that we have to deal with these situations. We have so many people that are close to us that just have no hope. And I think that's something that we need to give people. We need to be able to be a light to those people that have no hope anymore. And so we need to go out and be a light to them.
Yes, I fully agree with you with that.
Well, thank you so much, Tracy, for talking to me today, and thank you for putting this ride together. I'm sure you helped a lot.
Yes, the parents probably did just as much as the kids.
Yeah. So it was a lot of riders, and it was for a good cause, and thank you so much.
Thank you guys for showing up.
All motorcyclists are invited to the 23rd Annual Miracle Ride, June 4th and 5th. Saturday, ride one of 7 polka runs from around the state. Sunday, the big ride starts at Allison Transmission. Ride the famous Indy 500 track. Win prizes. Don't forget, the Miracle Trail Riding Race is June 11th and 12th. Miracle Riders have donated more than $4.7 million to Riley Hospital. Get all the details at miracleride.net. Hope happens when we ride. Festival license number 140035.
One thing about the motorcycle community is when one goes down, there's always another to help that rider back up. We take that same philosophy to our law practice. If you get hurt on the roads due to an accident, our team will help you pick up the pieces. Medical bills, lost income, pain and suffering. These aren't just words, they're the unfortunate reality for injured bikers and motorists. We may not be able to heal all your wounds, but we'll help you get back up by fighting for your right to fair compensation. Let our family help protect yours.
Leidendorf Law, like family because we are.
Eric, really cool bike sitting up here. I got 2 questions. What is it, and when do I get to ride it?
Well, I'll get to those in just a moment. Those are excellent questions, Scott. This is Harley Davidson's new Softail Slim Special. They brought this out earlier this year. It came standard with a 110 Screaming Eagle engine in it, just kind of like in that CVO breakout you just rode. But think about a motorcycle that's 680 pounds, another 600-pound Softail with a 110 in it. Now, what we've done to this is because Harley came out with a 117 cubic inch engine kit, we've upgraded this bike with a 117. So, to the best of my knowledge, it's the only one in the central Indiana area. Softail Slim Special, 117 cubic inches of horsepower, which is pretty awesome. They kept all of the same standards as the Softail Slim, their standard production motorcycle, but with the upgrade of the engine, just offering a little more horsepower and torque for those that are really looking for it.
Well, do me a favor and don't let Cindy see this one, because this is probably the next bike she'll move up to is this bike here. And I know, up on the platform it looks huge, but smaller people can ride these bikes, and Cindy fits on this bike really well just the way it is.
You know what? And Cindy would,
she likes to twist the throttle.
Yeah,
so.
she would. What you got to do is you got to write the tortoise on one end of her hand and the hare on the other. Fast, slow, fast, slow. Just kind of like your push lawnmower at home.
Yeah.
When she uses it, she puts it in the fast position, right? But not on this bike, I'm telling you. But Harley really thought about how they wanted to bring this out. The dull green paint on it, they call it an olive drab paint. The stars on it, it kind of resembles those old World War II Army vehicles. Yeah.
Yes, it does. That's the first thing I thought of.
Harley Davidson has a steeped history with the military as far as their manufacturing of their motorcycles. In fact, the shade of it's going to be just a little bit different, but the 1942 WLA, the motorcycle the Army used during World War II, almost identical to this in the same color.
Hey, we got a brand new sponsor on board with Steel Horse Thunder. You've heard of Renegade Classics? Well, we now have one here in Indianapolis. I'm here with Vince, the owner of the shop. Vince, what can people find here when they come in?
Well, we want to try to fill all your biker needs at outlet prices. We've got t-shirts, leathers, 26 different kinds of jackets and vests for men's and women's. We have a very large ladies section we're very proud of, plus our bargain t-shirts, Dickie work shirts, rain gear, accessories for your motorcycle, hopefully everything you need.
Right on. And what do we have to, I know you got some more stuff coming in. You guys are just opening up, so.
I do.
What else you got coming in?
We hope to have a very large selection of karaoke gear here for you to pick up and not have to wait and order. I want everything to be on demand, no waiting. We've got a large selection of boots, and that's still growing. Our helmet section, I'm pretty proud of, but we have more vendors coming in on that too, so.
Hey, they got everything you need here. They have ample motorcycle parking, and they have a seamstress on board to do all your custom embroidery or whatever else you need for your leather. Vince, where can we find you?
We're at 9546 Allisonville Road on the southwest corner of 96 and Allisonville, right next to Kip's Pub.
Tell them Steel Horse sent you.
When it's time to ride, we'll keep your mind where it matters most, on the open road. We get it. Ryder Insurance is the only insurance company specifically created for the motorcycle and ATV communities. No one but riders. Our specialized staff is here for you with great coverage options, discounts to help you save, and 24/7 claims reporting if something happens along the way. And with roadside assistance included on all of our policies, we've got your back wherever the road leads. We get it. No worries, just riding.
Are you adequately insured if you get in an accident? Do you have the right coverage? Can you recover from your own insurance company? These are questions we deal with on a daily basis. So call us at 317-842-5800 or visit us at leidendorf.com. Because if you're in an accident, you need us against the insurance company. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Hey, I'm up here at the Indian Motorcycles of Lafayette. they have a new motorcycle that just came out, the Springfield. Now they say it's supposed to be comparable to the Road King that Harley makes, which is what I've been riding for 16 years. I haven't seen it yet, but we're gonna go check it out, see what it looks like. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. I like it a lot. I can see where they say it compares to the Road King. I like it though, it's Indian through and through. Right now I'd have to say, I know I'm not allowed to say it, but right now I have a feeling the Indian is probably my favorite bike out there right now. As far as appearance, obviously I haven't rode this one, but I have rode some of the other ones, and my gosh, the throttle response, the everything on them. Now of course my bike's a lot older, it's got a much smaller motor. It's amazing how much the motorcycles have changed since 2000 when I bought mine. But yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. This fits really nice. You know, and I heard somebody had made a comment to me one time about the only thing about the Indians is they cramp you a little bit. And you don't quite have the room that you do on the other bikes, but I have not found that to be true at all. I mean, I'm a fairly tall person, and they fit me really, really nice. You know, to me, it's the perfect example of, you know, you're always going to customize the bike however you want to customize it. You know, myself, I ride a Road King, but mine is a Road King Classic. It has more of the leather bag on the outside as opposed to the hard, you know, the hard bag. So I'm looking at this bike over here. It's got, you know, to me, this bike right here, and then take a black soft bag like this, not necessarily with the fringe, but, you know, put a black leather bag right here, to me, would just absolutely dress the bike up perfect for me. And that's what makes motorcycling so much fun. You can make them however you want. It's definitely, it's a great way to show your individualism by you make your bike however you want to make it. Some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it, and it doesn't matter. As long as you like it, that's all that matters. Hey man, the kind folks here at Indian Motorcycles in Lafayette, they're letting me take out one of these bikes. I'm going to take it for a ride, about a 5-mile loop, and then when I come back, I'll tell you what I think. Nice comfortable seat. Great balance. Nice machine. Man, I tell you what, now I know I'm comparing this from a 88 cubic inch motor to a 111 cubic inch motor and 5-speed transmission to 6-speed transmission. But man, what a great bike. I mean, it just has such nice balance. I could tell, you know, when I had to come up to traffic, you know, you can come to a complete stop, never put your feet on the ground. It's balanced that well. I mean, it's just, it's really nice. Really nice. You know, obviously some differences. My bike, I'm used to 16-inch handlebars. I'm used to, you know, turn signals on both handlebars instead of on one spot. So, you know, there's obviously something different. But holy cow, what a smooth riding bike. You know, the transmission, I feel like I could definitely tell a difference between the transmission, and I'm not saying one's better than the other, just different. I could tell a little bit of difference in there, and but holy cow, what a nice bike. What great, the throttle response is just really nice. Of course, I didn't get crazy with it out here because the employees are standing right here. But yeah, it's what a nice machine. Well, hey, up here at Indian Motorcycles of Lafayette, I'm with Dave. He was kind enough to let me take this bike out for a ride. This is the Springfield model.
This is the brand new Springfield.
Brand new Springfield model. Now, I've been riding a Road King for 16 years, so it was really cool to be able to get on this bike. I know this is kind of very similar to the Road King. First question, on the shifter. Is there an option to be able to put a heel toe shifter on?
There is a heel shifter that's available for every heavyweight Indian motorcycle.
Very good. That was the biggest difference, obviously. The first thing I noticed was I went to put into second gear and there was no place to kick down on my heel, and it was like, that was about the only difference I really noticed, other than starting the bikes and everything else. Like I know here you got the push button and then you hit the start button, you know, as opposed to my Road King, I'm turning the knob up on the gas tank. Again, my bike's a little older, so I don't even know how the newer ones start, but I really do. I liked all that, the way it's set up. The balance is what I noticed so much. The balance when you're leaning into a curve, you never feel like, you know, some bikes you start leaning into a curve and it's almost like you're like, wow, if I would have leaned any farther, it would have gone over. Whereas this bike here, I felt like I could have scraped the running boards all day long and never once had to worry about anything.
When Polaris bought into the Indian brand in 2010, they just kind of stopped everything that Indian was doing at the time and redesigned the entire motorcycle. They spent a lot of money in research and development just on the engine. They redid the frames, they redid the suspension systems, and this is essentially what they came out with. They debuted in Sturgis in 2013 for the 2014 model year, and they've added on to the lineup ever since then. This is the most recent addition, and it answers a call that many people made to Indian about hard saddlebags, a windshield, and just give me a comfortable motorcycle that's fun to ride. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened.
It is. It's very versatile, and I know it's the quick detach windshield. So, you know, for people like myself who likes to ride without a windshield, you just pop it right off, and it's to me it's like almost like a bare bones motorcycle with all the bells and whistles, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But man, I absolutely loved it. Like I said, I can come up to a four-way stop sign, I can come to a complete stop, take off, never had to put my feet down, any of that. It's just a really, really comfortable bike. Now here's the other thing. Down in Indianapolis, I know a lot of people that have bought Indians or whatever, whether it was new or used or whatever, they all come up here to Lafayette when they want to get their parts or service work done and everything else. What draws people to come all the way up here to Lafayette instead of just going somewhere close by? I just know everybody says, oh, you got to go to the one up in Lafayette. They're the real deal. More family. I did hear that, a family atmosphere up here.
I think there's probably two different aspects to answering that question. First is just the physical size of the building and all the things that we have in stock. I mean, we've got a very well-stocked parts department. Our service department is enormous. We've got 4 or 5 guys back in the back that are trained on virtually any kind of motorcycle. We work on a lot of Harleys in here. We have Triumphs in here. Occasionally we'll get a sport bike in here for somebody that needs things done to it. And the guys in the back all know how to work on any product really that comes in here. Now earlier on we mentioned too, while we were standing inside, about the off-road vehicle selection too.
Yes.
We take care of all that stuff back in the back. Generally speaking, if you can bring it to us, somebody here knows how to work on it.
Yeah. Well, Dave, thank you so much for letting me take this out on the road.
Thanks for coming up to see us, Scott. I
really
appreciate
nice
the visit.
ride, and you know, my bike is 16 years old, so sooner or later I'm probably going to have to break down and buy a new one.
You know where we are.
I'm really leaning towards the Indian, I got to tell you.
Good.
I like the way the Indian felt.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, May 21st is the Steel Horse fundraiser. And keep an eye out on the Facebook page and also on the web page. We'll keep you informed with everything that's going on. And most of all, remember, it's not what you ride,
it's that you ride.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.